The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the tension never did. For weeks, fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville thought the drama between Nell Fletcher and Kimmi Scott had finally cooled down. The arguments had already exploded across social media, friendships looked fractured, group dinners had turned icy, and viewers could practically feel the tension through the television screen. But what nobody expected was for things to allegedly move beyond hurt feelings and reality TV shade into something far more serious. Because now whispers are spreading that Nell has finally broken her silence and may have sent an alleged legal notice that left Kimmi completely blindsided. And the reaction? Absolute chaos. Fans are divided, cast members are suddenly choosing sides without even saying it directly. Interviews feel uncomfortable, smiles look forced. Even longtime supporters of both women are asking the same question: how did things get this bad? But here's the twist. This wasn't just one argument that spiraled out of control overnight. This was months, maybe even years of bottled emotions, quiet resentment, bruised pride, and misunderstandings that kept stacking on top of each other until somebody finally snapped. And according to people close to the situation, that somebody may have been Nell. Now viewers are trying to piece together what really happened behind the scenes, what pushed these two women to the edge, and whether this feud can ever be repaired. Because once lawyers allegedly become involved, the rules change completely. And suddenly, this isn't just reality TV anymore. To understand why this situation shook the entire fan base, you have to understand who these women were before the fallout. Because for a long time, Kimmi Scott was seen as one of the most grounded and emotionally balanced women in the Huntsville circle. While everybody else seemed caught in non-stop chaos, Kimmi often carried herself with calm energy. She wasn't usually the loudest person in the room, but people listened when she spoke. Fans admired the way she handled pressure, especially while navigating marriage, blended family struggles, friendships, and the emotional weight of living life in front of cameras. And then came her health journey. That chapter changed everything for her emotionally. Viewers watched Kimmi try to stay strong even while facing one of the hardest battles of her life. There were moments where she smiled through pain because she didn't want the people around her to worry. There were scenes where her exhaustion showed even when she tried to hide it, and for many fans, that vulnerability made them love her even more. But carrying strength all the time can quietly wear a person down. People often forget that the strong friend still has breaking points too. Meanwhile, Nell entered the picture with a completely different energy. She wasn't interested in blending in or keeping things surface level. Nell walked into rooms with confidence, honesty, and the kind of personality that naturally demanded attention. Some people found it refreshing, others found it intimidating. She asked uncomfortable questions, she challenged people directly, and she didn't always soften her words just to make others comfortable. At first, viewers actually enjoyed that contrast. Kimmi was calm and thoughtful, Nell was fiery and outspoken. It created an interesting dynamic that kept people watching closely. But underneath the polite conversations and group scenes, tension slowly started building. Not all tension begins with screaming matches. Sometimes it begins with little moments nobody addresses. A side eye during a conversation, a comment that sounded harmless but felt personal.
An awkward silence after a joke, a feeling that somebody secretly doesn't like you but keeps pretending everything is fine. That's where things reportedly started unraveling between Kimmi and Nell. And once those feelings begin piling up, every future interaction starts carrying extra weight. Fans noticed it long before the women openly addressed it. The chemistry between them felt different. Conversations became shorter, group scenes started feeling uncomfortable, even their body language changed. There were moments where Kimmi looked emotionally guarded around Nell, while Nell seemed increasingly frustrated by what she viewed as passive energy. But instead of sitting down privately and clearing the air, the emotions reportedly kept growing behind the scenes. And then came the moment that changed everything, the now infamous poolside gathering. At first glance, it looked like a regular reality TV event. Beautiful weather, drinks flowing, cast members laughing for the cameras, everybody trying to appear relaxed. But beneath the smiles, the atmosphere reportedly felt tense from the beginning, like people were waiting for something bad to happen. And eventually, it did. According to viewers, the shift happened during a conversation that suddenly turned personal. Nell allegedly made a comment about people pretending to be okay instead of addressing real issues honestly. On the surface, it sounded general, but the room immediately felt the deeper meaning behind it. Kimmi's entire demeanor changed. You could almost see the hurt hit her in real time. For someone already emotionally exhausted from personal struggles, the comment reportedly felt less like casual conversation and more like a direct attack disguised as honesty. But here's where the situation truly exploded. Instead of ignoring it, Kimmi challenged her directly. She reportedly told Nell that if there was an issue, she should say it clearly instead of making indirect comments in front of everybody. That was the moment the energy shifted completely, because Nell doesn't back down easily. And once both women stood firm, the conversation became a collision of pride, frustration, and months of unspoken resentment finally pouring out into the open. People nearby reportedly stopped talking just to listen. Some cast members looked uncomfortable, others looked almost frozen, and viewers at home could immediately tell this wasn't normal reality TV shade anymore. This felt personal. Kimmi allegedly began listing moments where she felt disrespected, judged, or emotionally targeted by Nell. One by one, she unpacked frustrations she had apparently been holding inside for a long time. And for many fans, it was shocking seeing Kimmi become that emotionally raw, because she usually stays composed. But pain changes people. Meanwhile, Nell reportedly looked stunned that Kimmi had so much bottled up resentment. She defended herself, insisting she was simply being honest and refusing to sugarcoat her feelings. But honesty and hurt don't always land the same way.
And what nobody expected was how quickly the group began dividing itself afterward. Some quietly sympathized with Kimmi, especially considering everything she had already endured personally. Others felt Nell was being unfairly painted as aggressive simply because she was outspoken and direct. Suddenly, the cast wasn't just dealing with a disagreement anymore. They were dealing with fractured loyalty. And once social media got involved, everything became 10 times worse. Fans started replaying clips frame by frame. People picked sides instantly. Comment sections became war zones. One side accused Nell of provoking Kimmi intentionally for attention. The other side argued Kimmi had allowed resentment to build instead of addressing problems earlier. Then came the online rumors. Whispers started spreading that people close to the cast were allegedly speaking negatively about Nell behind the scenes. Stories circulated claiming she was difficult, disruptive, and intentionally stirring tension within the group. At first, Nell reportedly tried ignoring it, but ignoring criticism becomes difficult when your name is constantly trending for the wrong reasons. And according to sources close to the situation, things escalated even further when certain online discussions allegedly crossed from gossip into attacks on her character. That's when the legal rumors began. At first, fans thought it was fake internet drama, but then more people started talking. Suddenly, insiders were hinting that Nell had allegedly contacted an attorney and sent some form of legal notice connected to statements being made about her character. And when that rumor exploded online, the fanbase lost its mind. Because legal paperwork changes everything emotionally. An argument can cool down. A heated exchange can eventually be forgiven. But once somebody allegedly receives formal legal communication, the relationship often shifts permanently. Reports claimed the notice was less about revenge and more about protecting Nell's reputation. Allegedly, she felt people were pushing narratives that damaged her image and portrayed her as unstable or harmful within the group dynamic. And in her mind, enough was enough. At 55 years old, Nell reportedly felt she had spent too much of her life building her name to sit quietly while people questioned her integrity publicly. So, instead of continuing messy back-and-forth arguments online, she allegedly took a more serious route. But what nobody expected was how deeply this would affect Kimmi emotionally. Because from her perspective, the situation may have felt like betrayal. Imagine believing tensions could eventually be solved through conversation, only to suddenly hear whispers about attorneys and legal notices connected to your name. That changes the emotional temperature immediately. And according to fans watching closely, Kimmi looked visibly drained afterward. Interviews felt heavier, group interactions felt colder. Even her energy seemed different. Because beyond the drama, there were real feelings involved. Real friendships, real emotional wounds. And the saddest part is that both women likely felt misunderstood at the exact same time. Nell reportedly felt attacked and misrepresented.
Kimmi reportedly felt hurt and blindsided. Neither woman probably believed she was the villain in her own story, but reality TV has a way of turning pain into entertainment before people even have time to process it, and the fallout didn't stop with them. Friends reportedly started distancing themselves carefully to avoid getting dragged into the conflict. Some cast members allegedly became cautious about what they said publicly. Others avoided choosing sides altogether because they knew any small comment could spark another explosion online. Even fans became emotionally divided. Some people defended Nell fiercely, arguing that protecting your reputation is not wrong when you feel falsely accused or unfairly targeted. Others believed involving legal language in reality TV drama only deepened the hurt and made reconciliation almost impossible. But underneath all the gossip, something much sadder was happening. Two women who once tried to coexist peacefully were now standing on completely opposite sides of an emotional battlefield. And sometimes pride keeps people apart, even when both sides are hurting. That's the part viewers don't always talk about. Because while audiences love dramatic confrontations, they rarely think about what happens after the cameras leave. The sleepless nights, the anxiety, the stress of seeing strangers debate your life online every single day, the fear of losing friendships you thought would survive anything. For Kimmi, this situation reportedly reopened emotional exhaustion she was already carrying from previous personal struggles. Trying to maintain peace while dealing with public pressure can drain a person mentally and emotionally. And for Nell, the backlash allegedly made her feel isolated and unfairly demonized by people who didn't fully understand her perspective. That kind of pressure changes people. It affects families too. Loved ones become protective. Conversations behind closed doors become tense. People start questioning who they can trust. And once public opinion gets involved, even small misunderstandings can spiral into something far bigger than anybody intended. What makes this entire situation so heartbreaking is that both women seemed to value respect more than anything else. Kimmi wanted emotional understanding, Nell wanted honesty and fairness, but somewhere along the way, communication broke down completely. And once resentment replaces communication, conflict becomes almost unavoidable. Now, fans are left wondering whether there's any path forward from here. Can these women ever sit down honestly without anger taking over? Can trust be rebuilt after alleged legal action enters the picture? Or has this feud already crossed a line that can never truly be undone? Because history shows that some reality TV friendships survive scandals, but others never recover. And maybe the hardest part of all this is realizing the feud was never really about one poolside argument. That confrontation was only the explosion. The real damage had reportedly been building quietly for a long time underneath the surface. Small hurts, unspoken frustrations, assumptions, pride, pain, all stacking together until everything finally cracked open in public. Now, the future of these relationships feels uncertain. Fans continue searching for clues in interviews, social media posts, and cast interactions. Every facial expression gets analyzed. Every comment becomes another possible sign that things are either healing or getting worse. But one thing is undeniable. Nell breaking her silence changed the entire conversation. Whether people agree with her actions or not, the emotional impact of this alleged legal drama has shaken the Huntsville circle in a major way. And as the dust slowly settles, one question still hangs over everything like a storm cloud waiting to burst again. Was this the beginning of accountability or the end of a friendship that never fully had a chance to survive in the spotlight?